So yesterday we have discussed about SQLite. After that, we had some discussion on how to create an app to share others like APK generation, as well as that is two modes we discussed. One is in a debug mode, other is in a release mode. Both we discussed, right? So today, now we will concentrate on next level. That is one of the advanced. That is that is how to create a project with MVVM architecture. So that is very important because some of the companies will follow MVC architecture, some of the other companies will follow MVVM architecture. So in the MVVM architecture, now like this is the model view controller. So like multiple dependency classes we have to create, but this will be as a architecture. Like some client may they prefer only we want MVVM architecture, like that they prefer. So those cases we require that. So but for that, now like first we will create a project so that we can understand how to do that. So MVVM architecture with a registration APIs that we will create. So that is MVVM. I'm creating MVVM. So I'm creating here now. Let us see here. First here we will see like how that MVVM architecture. So now MVVM architecture. So if you observe here the image, so this is the MVVM architecture model view controller. Model view controller, normally MVC model view controller, like this it will be straightforward, but here there are model view controller. It's a multiple dependencies on that, one by one it will depend on one. So that we will see. So this example we will see along with the last time we did that registration, right? So that same thing we will do here, like whatever the APIs last time we discussed with the login or registration, like any one of that we will see here now. So for that, first we will create an UI. So like let us say login, we will do such simple like two fields. So mobile number, email, and password. So that we will create an UI first. This is a basic UI thing. No need to change here. After that only it will change. So that's the reason I'm creating here one thing called layout. So here this is the layout. I'm using here the linear layout. So orientation, vertical. So here I'm giving the text as login using MVVM. So more than 20, right. Now I'm creating the other fields, so like which is edit text, match parent, wrap content, ID. So this is the username, means email, int email. So next some margin 10 dp, right? Like this I need one more, so that is here password. Here also I added password, right? So then button, match parent, wrap content, ID. So that is the BT1 text register, right? So for this also I'll give some margin, that is 10 dp. Done. So I'll create it like this. So we added this. So after that here, first of all we used to add dependencies. So in the dependency, first we'll add as it is, that is the data binding. So along with this, for this we required some of the dependencies, so that we will copy from here. So here I'll search for the MVVM. So we will copy dependencies. So this is the API we are doing here, right? So these all are the dependencies required. So total 3 dependencies, because we are using retrofit here. as well as this is the one. So that's the reason we require total 6 dependencies. So retrofit related, and also this is the life cycle related. This we require total 6 dependencies, right? So I added total 6 dependencies. Now I'm clicking on this sync now. Now it is syncing here. Right, so it is done now. So here, so for this, we have to do many things. First, like one by one classes, total 6 to 7 classes as required. That we will create one by one, so that we will get a clarity where what we are doing, how we are doing. That we will get a clarity here. So for that, first I'm creating that one package called helper. So far, whatever the package it is created, we continued with that package. But now, today, for this architecture, I'm creating one new package. So that is here package. So the package name I'm creating has a helper. So helper. The package name called helper. So within this helper class, I'll create one Kotlin class called app constant. So whatever the constant values I'm using in an entire project. So those all the constant values I'll use within this, means I'll add it within this app constant. So for that, now here I'll create one companion object. So within this companion object, I'll write some constant val. So where that's I want to show success message. So if I want to display success message, so where I want to display success message, so here I use this key, I'll display success message. So every place I'll use that success message like this. So similar, I'll just copy. How many values you want, you can create like sample. I'll create 3 to 4 values. So like this, you can create. So let us say token expiry. When any particular case, if token is expiry, I'll use that. Any bad request, so any error, so internal underscore error, so error. So then any authorized, unauthorized, unauthorized. Next, timeout. So like this. So for this, here we will write that timeout. So unauthorized, authorized, internal error, bad request, expired, like this. So whatever you want, those all the messages we will write within this, right? Next, in a same package, right? In a same package, I'll create one more class. So one more class called network state. So to handle the network, like we are having the network is running normal, like so those we want to handle here. So I created one class called network state. So this state has 3 values like val. So that is the status. So status. So that we will define as a status. So val message. What is the status message? Means I want to call here 2 messages. So that will be in the form of string. Right. So I'm creating the val status message. So now I'll create one enum class because it will give only true or false values, right? So that's the reason I created enum class. So first one, the enum values I'm assigning, one is the running, other is the success. So next is the failed. Maybe network is running, or it will be failed, or it will be success. So I added three. So then I have one companion object within a this now where loaded. So first maybe if it is loaded, so colon, so that is the network state equal to null. So first one loaded, it will be null. So then next, so so this is the loading, means in progress. So this is the failed. So three statuses I have defined like this, right? Now within a this, I'll create one init method to map this. So that is the loaded equal to, so the network state of, so in case if it is loaded, so we will call the status. So that is the status dot success. From above we have to get, so we will define the status string. Okay, so this is the status dot, so status dot success. In case if it is loaded, it will be as a success. Then here the value value will be displayed from app constant dot success. So then same for the other two cases, loading and wait, right? So for this, within this we not created, right? Those two values we will create. So here it is the fail. So here I highlighted the fail. So here it is running. So here I'm adding that is running, right? So running. So here it is fail, like this. Added here this, right? So this is the enum sorry, this enum class has no need to add this one here, right? So this is the status. With this status only, here we are creating this enum class. So the enum class status, right? Like this, we are calling this. So here running, loading is nothing but it's a running. Here it is running. Here it is the fade, like this. So from here, this is mapping here like this. Means here we have to identify the network statuses. What are the network statuses? How it is defined? So that we are defining here this. Right. Next, within a same package, so I'll create one more, that is the class, one more class called shared helper. So we already discussed about the shared preferences, right? So that shared preferences here, so with help of shared helper class we are creating here like this, right? Now So this is the not a class. This we have to create as an object. So now I'm creating this as an object. So shade helper, this we created as an object, right? Object shade helper. Now within this we have to add public. So that is the public final where shade so preferences, shade preferences. Oh, it is created as a Java, so that's why it is coming here error. So this we will convert Alt Control Shift K Kotlin. We will convert this into Kotlin. Yeah, now it can't show any error, right? See, so this is the object class. So now here we have to create object shade help where that is a public final where, because this I want to use entire application level. So that's why I'm defining like this. So shade preferences. This is here we will write the shade preferences, right? Equal to null. So then here now that is a latent var editor. So I want to edit that. So editor shade preferences editor dot shade preferences right edit. So we have to create one function called init. So within init here now this init will called with reference of the context from any of the class. So any of the class, we can call this function. So within this, now I'll write the shade preferences equal to with reference of the context which we created dot get shade preferences. So here you have to define the name. So that I'm defining as a catchy. Then context dot mode private, right? So context mode I have created as a private here, right? Then now here we have to add multiple scenarios like how to save the data, how to get the data. So those kind of scenarios we will define here. Like there is a different possibilities are there. Like some of the possibilities here we will create here. What possibilities are here? So that possibilities we will create here. This. So let us say first I want to add this data in the form of put key. So I want to add key. So for that I'm creating one function. That function name called as put key. So here now I'll call as the context. So comma. So here how this data we will save. So with key. So that key will be in the form of string. And next could be value. So that is also in the form of string. Right. So key comma values we are saving in the form of strings. Right. So for that now, so already we defined editor. So editor dot put string. So we have to put the string here. So that is key, whatever the key, dynamic key, whatever the dynamic key will come. So that key and value both will be mapped into this. Then editor dot apply. So done. So put key has completed. Just I'll copy this. Similar to this, now instead of put key, I'll write write string. So just I want to use the string, that is any format. So right here, I want only string format. So for that, I'll write something, write string. So I want to save the string value. So this is also like string value, key, comma value. So this will be also similar. Statement is that edit and editor dot put string. Okay, here we have to do one more thing here. I forgot that. Editor equal to shade preferences dot edit. Then only the value can be read into this. So that we have to add here this. So for this now, I have to add this. Then I have to add this, right, like this, right. Now this we have to add. So the next I want Boolean. So write Boolean. I want write Boolean value. So if it is the Boolean value, so here this is the Boolean, right? Boolean. Then here this will be here put Boolean. So then this value something value, right? Done. So done. Like similar, I want to get the values now. Whatever we saved, now I want to get. So first one, we added the put key, right? So for that, I'm writing that get key. I want to get the key with reference of the, here this will be string format, right? String. And output also we will get in the form of string. So get key, here we have to write what key we are getting here. So for this is not required. So context, this is also not required here. Directly here we will write return of shade preferences dot get string. So that is the value here we are getting. So that is key. Second value could be empty. So that we will get here this, right? So this is the value we will get here this. So context get string value. Sorry. So here this value could not be here. Only one thing, that is a key, context comma key. That we will get the key. So return, that is the shade from the start, get key. Right. So now similar way, we have to get the string. So get string. So I want to get the string value. So string value also same, no need to modify anything. The next get Boolean. So here I'm adding the Boolean. So get Boolean. So here this will be in the form of Boolean, right? So here this will be true or false. Default will change that as a false. Here instead of that get Boolean, right? Like this. Done. So now finally we want to clear this data. So if I want to clear this data, so I'm creating one function called clear shade preferences. So preferences here context. So within this context here now, shade preferences dot edit dot clear dot apply. So that whatever the data has there in a shade preferences, that can be clear here, right? So this is about the shade preferences, right? Then after within a same class, within a same package, I'll create one more class called URL helper. So we have to create the URL helper within this. So that is the URL helper. So URL helper we have to create. So whatever the URLs we are using in app level, that we will use. For that, again, I'm creating one companion object within this val base URL. So whatever the base URL I want to use, that base URL. So the next val login. So for the login URL equal to, so that how that is a base place, whatever the URL will come, that URL here. So that URL we will copy from here, right? So that URL we will copy from here. This is the URL I'm copying. So this is the entire URL. First we'll paste here till that till .com. It is the base URL. From there it is the next URL like this, right? So like how many URLs will come in entire application level? All the URLs here one by one. We have to add here one by one here. Right. So this is the one thing. Next. So next we have to create one more package called, that is a other package called model. So we have to create the package as the model. So we have to create here one more package. Now one more package I'm creating. So here is the package, right? That package called model. So within this model we have to create. So in this model now I have to create one more class to capture the login response. So that I'm creating here login response. So I'm creating this login response. So that I'm creating the login response. So here this is the response. This also we have to capture within this bracket. So how we are getting here? What is the response here we are getting? So key comma status. So both only we are getting, right? Val key. So that we are getting in the form of string comma val status. So we are getting the status. So that is also in the form of string. So both we are getting in the form of string, right? So this is done. Like next, so you have to create one more package. So again one more package I'm creating here. So the package name as one more next package that I'm creating as a network. So network package. So I'll create a network package. So here I'm creating one more, right? So within this, now we will create another class that is called API client. So I created the API client. So within this now, whatever the headers we will add. So that headers here, I'm adding that headers. So headers. So what is header here? There we added an there, right? So that same thing here I'm adding that. So content underscore content. Sorry, this we have to add within this. So content hyphen type. So content type. So that is with we are getting here application slash JSON. So we are getting the data in the form of JSON, right? So that, and this request, what is this request type here? Post, right? Then here you have to create one function. So that is the get login. So for this user defined. So login response. So I created that is the login response. So how I'm sending this data? So that is the URL. So URL. So this URL will be in the form of string, comma. So from here now I'm sending the query map. So that we have to send within this query map means that query map, retrofit query map. So that is in the form of body. We are sending the data. So that is the body. So body colon. So we are sending instead of normal, I'm using hash map because if more content also it will be easier to handle. So that's why I'm sending here hash map. So string done. Then finally here call. So from here we have to call the retrofit call. So here it is the where the retrofit call. So retrofit call. So within this now we are sending the JSON object data, right? So this we have to create within this now here, right? So query map with JSON object. So not this JSON object, small JSON. So JSON. So JSON object. So this we have to create with this. String comma string column. So this we have to create. What is the issue here? It is showing. Okay. This is the not a class. This is an interface. So this is interface. Right. Now it will be working. Right. Now this will be okay. Then next we will see here. Tomorrow we'll see other classes and we'll see like means there are other 5 to 6 classes will be there that we will add tomorrow and then we will run this program. And again we will discuss in detail what happening here, what's each step that we will discuss in next class.